Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
Yo, what's up? Yo, it's the RZA, the RZA, commonly known to y'all as the ruler zigzag zigalaw, plus a law zigzag zig, dropping more knowledge for your wig. Yeah, bomb, bomb. Wu-Tang is forever gonna be bringing this to your head. It's what we do. Yeah, the gods are coming.
Oh, yeah. Now, what people are not realizing, and thank you for the news, is that the Wu-Tang Clan has a leader of that clan. And the leader is the RZA. He's the abbot. That's the one. You don't go to war with Bobby Digital.
Yo, it's Bobby Dig. Yes, bong bong.
Now, the abbot, there's a lot of things, but a liar, he is not. Now, when you start to see for your own eyes, everything that he said was true, he pointed out a fact in the battle that Drake's approach was completely foolish in this Kendrick Lamar beef. Oh, we got a lot in store for y'all today. This is a day full of treats. As everyone's been raving about the Patreon, as I unloaded a lot of content on the Patreon today, you are welcome. It's the first. And you know we get busy every first. Now, RZA did not go out of his way. And whoa, before we get started, please hit the like button. We're not going to let what happened yesterday happen today. Please hit the like button up. The Cash App is Carcino if you want to donate to the page. We appreciate the love and support. But yeah, we got to tell y'all, because we get rolling, everybody gets so excited, they forget to hit the like button, and they just here for the show. We appreciate the love and support, y'all. We absolutely do. But we do need you guys to hit the like button so that we can keep the show on the road. Otherwise, they will believe you guys are bots. And we know what happened when they think you're bots. Drake take you to court.
the resurrector.
Oh no! If I'm saying the RZA said something, how is it me? Don't worry, you can catch up later. Like the video. So now let's continue. So the RZA came out and gave his approach, his thoughts on the situation. Now I believe these thoughts came before. These thoughts came before this I'm telling thing. You know, he was just reviewing the battle when he was asked, doing something else that had nothing to do with him. But listening to all of the songs, because he's an MC.
The RZA said, first of all, Kendrick Lamar is a natural lyricist and Drake is a trained lyricist. You could train a fighter and he could be good. Then you got those natural fighters who also go through training. So that's a tough, different chamber right there. That's a different chamber altogether. And while Drake got bars forever, Kendrick bars' potency is much stronger. So the battle bar for bar was something that was just not good, advising on Drake's camp in the sense of just getting in that fight without really taking some more training for that. When Kendrick wrote the letter to his son or his daughter and then to the mother, Kendrick is coming like that. You know, that Nas, Kendrick, Eminem, Raekwon, certain people, they're going to break your shit down to the elements. But in doing so, I don't think that was a lot said. And Drake is still a powerful artist in our culture. He helped the culture when the culture needed it. He expanded it with his melodies, and he raised the generation too. And you can't take that away from him.
Now, he also pointed out the fact
it took years for Nas and Jay-Z to swallow that pill and then come to shake hands on it. So hopefully it's not the same. Hopefully this generation could take it as some fun, like how the beginning generation took it as more fun. Hopefully, as they mature as humans, they would go, wow, that was a crazy time. That was some crazy it. That it was fun, though. I ate you up, son. You know what I mean? But yo, I love that other joint. My son loves your joint. My son loves your joint, too. And we are for the culture coming together.
Now, the RZA made some very good points there, especially about the breakdown in styles. I'm 56, and Kendrick got me back listening to rap lyrics again. I mean, that's how it goes. Now, what the RZA said was very potent because it had a very contentious point. Brother, the RZA ain't gonna touch me. Y'all forget who I am. Right. There's a lot of things that went on during a time where things weren't making sense. you know? And when you go through a time where things just don't make sense, then you arrive at a point where you know better. You see, Drake, what he meant by trained and somebody who's a natural lyricist. Kendrick has more creativity. That's what he's saying. You could train Drake. You could tell from listening to Drake like someone's training him to rap in the format he's rapping in. No one has trained. No one has trained. Right. Kendrick is not like he learned it and he was able to create on his own style. Like he was able to build and become stronger. You seen an MC rap and you see how they build themselves up. I saw that all the time. I saw rappers build themselves up. And then you'd be like, man, dude's strong with it now. Oh, yeah. You see me with that big old Wu-Tang medallion around my neck. No, he wasn't touching me. I studied every chamber in the 36 chambers. No. I was blessed in, bro. I was good. You couldn't have a Wu-Tang medallion, buddy, and walk around unless you was official tissue, buddy. You couldn't have that because they were gonna try you. You had to be up on your lit. Told you people will jump out of the grass and do flips in front of you, and you got to perform right there live on the spot. Boy, that's right. Rising from the phoenix of the flames like a killer falcon. I meditate between waterfalls and mountains. My brain cell was made to be non-degradable. When I think it's hazardous to an ozone layer. Carcino came right here with a plan to kill the mayor with a silencer. Then I called the food to rush and I hush like man Jews who guard Jews and collect heavy Jews from heavy Jews. I use my name to cut veins and load bodies into the flame. Channel my anger to lock down every chamber. The hillside strangler to do with the mask like the Lone Ranger. You see? When you start coming like that, people got to get out of the way. You be going all over their head. Knowledge, God. Now, when they start coming out, right, when they start coming at you in a different format, no, man, it was plenty of battles back in the day. But he was Dude, do you know what? That's what they used to call a $1.50. A $1.50 was like a straight razor. You know, somebody get a $1.50, they get sliced across the face. But that's what they used to call their ciphers. Do you know what a Wu-Tang cipher is like? Shh. Dog, that's like, dude, that's like you ain't even prepared, dog. You just wish you had the technology you had today where people had phones. It was brutal. Brutal. You think these battles you hear now? Dog, they was saying stuff that was way off the charts. Extremely off the charts. What could the world do? They weren't ready for it. They were saying rhymes that were so far off the charts that you couldn't even believe it. That's how Capadonna got put into Wu-Tang. The RZA wanted Capadonna immediately, but Kappa had to go do some time. So he wasn't in the original album. But Capadonna beat everybody in Wu-Tang. Oh, we love you right here. I used to like that song. I had the single. They never came out with an album. The World of Cohen and Raheem never came out. I got too many ladies. I've got to learn to say no. Wow, we love you, Rocky. Oh, Rocky.
Y'all walk down the block and it's looking mad hot. And the only woman and they junk on my jock. I love them all. But even though rather happy, I rather said no. But then my ego gets into the way. Is no is something that I'll never say. I just back them all out of my way. Put them in a posse and let them all say, oh, we love you, Rocky. Oh, thank you. Rakim Allah. I got too many ladies. I got to learn to say no.
Man, I'll tell you, man, this is my life, the Wu-Tang. Are you kidding me? I lost girlfriends because of the Wu-Tang Clan. She didn't understand it. You see me there with that damn Wu-Tang medallion on my 40-inch gold chain? I started that trend. There's nobody that was wearing 40-inch pieces before that. I was the one wearing that, and no one had it with that link. They had giant links. I had a hairy, like almost like a Cuban links. It was only built for Cuban links. 40-inch Cuban link. Official. 24 karat strong gold chain. Walking through the hood with that chain on. And nobody took it. I remember I misplaced it for a while. Beans, hey, there you go. Look, Beans know. That's my boy Beans. Beans know. I had that big 40-inch medallion. That's my boy Beans, man. Yeah, he know I had that 40-inch gold chain with that big Wu-Tang medallion everywhere. I was Wu-Tanged out. Yeah, him and John, they was bone thugs. They were bone, boy. When Bone Thugs came out, you couldn't tell them nothing. right. I got to see them a lot. I got to see the Wu-Tang a lot. Ghostface is the reason my eye got messed up. He hit me with a bottle by accident. Hey, they hit me with a bottle by accident. Yeah, they got in a fight here, man. You know, we told that story here. The Wu-Tang fight in Chicago, man. That was crazy. Bottles flying off stage. And they still finished the show. After something like that kickoff, normally the show is over. They finished the show. I'm sitting there bleeding out my eye, the music going, hey. I'm like, God damn, I can't even. I'm backstage. Nobody concerned about me. They just like, look, get him off the stage before he ruined the show. Shoot, I wish it was a dream. I would have all my eyesight. I'm still mad as hell about that camera. Man, I lost that camera, man. I was so goddamn mad. I had some classic photos on that camera. Well, they did. It was a whole big thing. The video's on here. We don't want to take you down that road. Now, while me rocking big Wu-Tang medallions was the way to go back then, oh yeah, Drake, he brought up a good point. Drake is a trained artist. And going against someone who's a natural lyricist is not a good idea for you. They can create on the fly where you're not trained for this. You know, you're a bar counter. You know how the line should go, how to land a punchline. And if you listen to Drake raps, you could tell like it's really organized, like somebody put it together in this way. It's no real creativity to it. It's not a knock on them. It's just pointing the truth and the facts. You know, we all had Drake songs that we like. It's formulated well. But you could tell it probably came from somebody else. Some of the songs, you know, Drake ain't writing that. He don't even know what half that stuff means he's saying. But now he's going to have to stand on it. He got a pass because it's Drake. You know, nobody's looking at him. Mm-hmm. He said, I was there too, working security at the World. That's crazy. He said, I saw Ghostface with Trife, the God, in the Providence and caught a cold that night. And the thing is you know how you've been having the best day ever? I was having the best day ever. I just won the raffle for the album on wax. I already had the CD. So I never had the purple tape. My buddy had the purple tape. I had the CD. So I had the CD. So I won the vinyl right before the event kicked off. That album caused my breakup. Only Built for Cuban Links is the reason we broke up. She had to go. She did not understand where we was mentally when that album came out. And she had to go. I remember she walked in on a cipher. And she was like, "What are you guys doing?" I remember a song came out and we jumped out the damn car. We was, oh, whoa, oh, are you nuts? You hear what he just said? There was new Raekwon the Chef. It was, I got to get you out of here. You are not understanding what's happening right now. It's like, man, Ray got this song out with Ghost. It was glaciers of ice. That did it. Because False, I think he brought over Bring the Pain. And they had a music video come out for Glaciers of Ice. And then that officially ended the relationship. But no, they had the song hit WKKC. And once that happened, it was over. Once it hit WKKC, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Man, that song spread like wildfire. Like, we ain't even hear all the other songs yet. We ain't had Criminology yet. It was Glaciers of Ice. And then the instrumental to Glaciers of Ice. And man, it was like all acapella versions, everything. And I had to get there and get that single before it sold out. People tried to steal the single from me. It was crazy. Imagine a single. The album ain't out yet. It's the single. Almost got in a fight in the hood over the single, over a portable CD player. This was more than that. It wasn't really about that song. But I got that song in my portable CD player. And this is the time somebody decides it's a good idea to try me. In the hood. This is all over some rat I don't even know about. Some rat said I look good in my jogging suit when I'm going to work. And because I don't even know who this rat is, but because of that, I got to get pressed in my own hood by somebody that's like a little dude under me. I'm like, dude, I was squash this dude like an ant. Like, but he trying to show like he big time now. And I'm like, dude, I don't even really be in the hood like that anymore. But believe me, wake your cousin up. And then I was like, oh, I found out who his cousin was. Now, his cousin is a serious individual. So I knew right then and there, I was like, damn, I want to squash him, but we going to have problems with his cousin. And that's going to be a real, real headache. I don't know how he's going to take this. I don't know how his cousin's going to react. So I was like, but dude ain't finna, this can't happen. Not in the hood, because then it'll never stop. So we had a big confrontation on the corner, man, and that was it. And he was trying to show off in front of his crew. So, yeah, he was like, finna jack me. But then he's like, no, man. Here you go, man. I was just trying to, like he trying to score points for them. Trying to show this girl, some rat that I don't even know, like he's showing off for her. Like, man, you got to be insane. Because I'm like, oh, you finna pull this move? All right. So I had that bag with me too. Oh my God. They didn't even know how bad this is gonna be. What about the Wonder Woman bracelet? Sweet Tooth got a nigga throbbing, ready for robbing. Move like a bunch of Mexicans with bandanas. Yeah, man, that was. Let's be a Capadonna. What else we had there? It was Kappa, Ray. This is way after the fact. Yeah, so yeah, we had to get rid of her because see, the thing is, she had to go. She had to go. Without a doubt, she had to go. She thought we were crazy. She ain't understand Wu-Tang. You know, her whole thing, if it ain't like SWV, you know, she's into that. She's into that. One More Chance. Biggie was hot. You know, they into that. So it's like Big Papa, SWV, Total. She's into that mode. So that's her vibe. And she just ran and she didn't realize the guy she was dating. Like I put up with, I like, look, I like those songs too. And she was like, yeah, I like when we were vibing on that, you know. But when Raekwon them hit, she didn't know when the Wu logo went up, it was like the Batman logo. And then it's like, I don't know you no more. Once that logo hit the sky, it was like, whoa. Did you hear that? That Glaciers of Ice. Where's that beat from? We get that. I need my headphones. How are you getting home? Oh, did I drive you here? Damn. Get in the car. What do you mean? You got to go home now. My cousin come barging in. Boom, did you hear that track? Yeah, I did. I got the headphones set up. Where you going? I got to take her home. Well, get her out of here. Don't worry. She going. Oh, yeah, the Killer Army, man. We went to WKKC. My cousin drove down there. As soon as he heard it on WKKC, he drove straight to the radio station and got in. They got security down there. He got in. He just happened to be coming down there at the time somebody was leaving to go home. And when they was coming out the door, he was going in it. And that's how he was able to get in. He walked all the way up there to where they was up. They was how you get in here. But he didn't leave without that song. That was the Killer Army. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, this brings back, y'all don't understand how these hip-hop days was back then. There was no cell phone. We had pages. Yeah, man, we had to drive. She was like, you're insane. I didn't know you was nuts. I'm like, I'm not nuts. You see, you don't even understand what he's saying right now. My seeds grow with his seeds, marry his seeds. That's how we keep the Wu-Tang money all in the family. You don't even understand that. You got to go home. This is why I said you got to go home. She was like, I thought you were just nuts. You and your cousin are nuts. We don't even hear this chick. We are blasting this song on the radio, everything. We are blasting it. Got the tape, playing that instrumental. Play that hook again. Man, it was pandemonium, man. It was nuts when that song hit. Glaciers of Ice hit, it was all over. I mean, all over. You couldn't tell me nothing. Method Man. Yeah, this is how bad camera phones was back then. I think this is the first like flip camera phone. Mine was cracking. Look how bad the resolution is. Method Man, yeah, this is an important day. Method Man was pissed off with Def Jam. And this is when we had that discussion. See, a lot of people don't, they be like, man, you don't know nobody. You don't know. Dog, Method Man was in Chicago going off. Jay-Z had became president of Def Jam. Method Man album was getting ready to come out. He touring with the Wu-Tang. He's pissed that he's no marketing, no promotion, nothing is going into his album. So this is how I knew firsthand what was going on. Oh, we were blessed then. Me, Ghost, my buddy named Ghost, my cousin, he named Ghost after Ghostface Killer, but he act like Old Dirty. So we called him the Dirty Ghost. He the Dirty Ghost. He looked like Ghostface Killer, but act like Old Dirty Bastard. So he the Dirty Ghost. I don't know. I'm 5'11". Meth is about 6'2". I'm 5'11", so Meth is about 6'2", 6'3". No, Meth is looking to the side because this girl, one of the girls that he with, that's a friend of his, she's pregnant. And the girl over there is, a lot of people are pushing and all this stuff to get in there. So his attention was over there. He was concerned about her because she's pregnant. She's a friend of his. And then some dude trying to approach Method Man with some gay stuff. Like, I'm going to ask Method Man, is he gay? I'm like, do you want to ask Method Man that? I would love to see you ask him that. I'm going to stand right here and watch you be stupid enough to ask him a question about is he gay or not. I would love for you to do that right now and watch what happened to you. I would have loved to seen that. This fool, some fool that was just there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what kind of danger he was putting himself in. Dude, he would have got stomped out for asking something like that. And I'd have got some kicks in too. I look like Angel Reese. No, I don't. It's more pictures. I just don't know where they at. Like, I got way more pictures than this whole situation. So I'm like, man, I got a picture with Inspector Deck. I got a picture with damn near the whole Wu. But that's why I know where the RZA head is when he made the statement and why RZA is the leader of the Wu-Tang Clan. Oh, yeah. Hey, Beans, we got you too. Hey, Beans, we got you too. That's my boy Beans. He in there looking like the RZA, ain't he? Beans, you looking like the RZA in that picture. Yeah, that's my boy Beans that was in the chat. That's him right there. So he remembered the 40-inch gold chain because I got it on right there. So the RZA was right. For those who just got here, the RZA, the statement he made was absolutely correct and 100% authentic because Kendrick is a natural lyricist. Drake is a trained lyricist. So if you train a fighter, he could be good. He could be great. But those natural lyricists also go through training. And that's a whole different chamber. And while Drake got bars forever, Kendrick bars are potent and stronger. So the battle bar for bar was something that was just not good advising on Drake's camp in the sense of just getting in that fight without really taking some more training for that. Like he saw that, like Meet the Grams. I knew Meet the Grams was going to do it for every MC in the game. That song was more for the rappers. That's why people who rap, that was their favorite song out of the whole battle, was Meet the Grams. I knew it from the time I heard it because I was like, oh, okay, now he's speaking to the MCs. Now they going to know. See, these young people, they ain't going to play Meet the Grams that much. They want to hear a beat change. They want to hear this. But what he did was make y'all focus. He changed the whole tune. It's like somebody dimmed the lights down. Okay, everybody gathered around. We're going to tell a story. It's story time. And everybody stopped and listened. The beat was so creepy, they stopped and they listened. They were quiet. They paid attention to every single word. That's power. That's how you do it. That's MCing. That's the MCing code. It's called Master of Ceremony. And that's what was happening there. That was a master of ceremony. He changed the mood and took control. He never lost the audience by changing the mood because he did it right. That's called variation of styles. And a master of ceremony, an MC can do that. Drake couldn't change the mood. Drake couldn't sit down and calm down and do a soft record and have the attention of the people. They would walk off. He got to do the same type of records. If he doesn't do the same type of records and make the same type of beats, it's going to fall on deaf ears. Well, learning about the Wu-Tang is you had to pretty much be into what the Wu-Tang was about. And that's what we were about. Like all the stuff that Wu-Tang talked about, we knew about. I mean, we were we Israelites. You know, we grew up knowing this stuff. Most of the people in New York, they were 5%ers at the time. What's today's mathematics, God? Our family was Israelites. So we knew everything they were talking about, we knew about. We knew about Kush. When it was two major, this country, this whole world, it was two major factions fighting each other. The Kush Empire. And I'm like, that's where we was at. So it was like a master class. Like, dude, I had the pleasure of learning real education and knowledge of the world. So learning about the president, who was Andrew Carter, Andrew Jackson, and all that stuff was boring to us. Learning about the world, that would blow your mind as a kid. You're going to want more information about that. Why this isn't in your history books. That opens up an inquisitive kid's mind to learn that the world is a lot bigger than what you think, and you were right in thinking that things don't make sense. As a kid, I knew things did not make sense. I've always challenged it And my family, like my mom, would always write it off as if I just like to be against people. You just like to be against everybody. My mom is to go with the flow. Even now, trendy as hell. If something's trending on Facebook, she's right there with it. It's fun. It's like, Mom, it's not. I don't know how y'all get into this. She got my sister doing this stuff too. I was like, y'all just like, y'all love this trendy stuff. I'm not doing no Facebook challenge. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I can't do it. It's never been for me. So the martial arts flicks that they were talking about, we seen them all. The Shaw Brother classics. So when we hear the clips from the movie, we know where it came from. When he did the Shogun Assassin and all of those, like the whole album theme was like the Shogun Assassin. So we had that, we knew that was like one of our favorite movies as a little kid growing up. You got to understand, when people become like broskies and your best friends and the people you work with, you go to these office parties and you meet all these great people, you start noticing things. You start noticing everybody has their own life, they have their own ideals, what they all go ahead and party to, listen to. Everybody moves in their own, their own rhythm. It's not a person's fault, it's not a person's thing. Everybody's different, but y'all all come together to do your own thing. And that was Wu-Tang. All of them guys was different. It's like they all worked together, but they all were different. Most of them weren't even around in the same way. The two projects in areas they was from was at war with each other. They was from the Killer Hill projects, the majority of them. RZA didn't live over there. But Deck lived over there. Capadonna lived over there. U-God lived over there. Meth lived over there. Ray lived over there. Then Ghost, the Genius lived in Brooklyn, but Ghostface and RZA lived by each other. They was from Stapleton. So yep. Right. So all of those personalities, all of those areas that's not really cool and keen with each other. Yeah, they was beefing in the streets like that because that's just how it was. Just like any other people, because they don't know each other. Most of these people warm with guys they don't even know. But had they had met each other in life, they would have probably been friends. Here in Chicago, that's what we do at a lot of these centers. That we make these recreational centers. But they try to help these kids. There are 2 kids that's in 2 former gangs. And he was like, dude, he's like, a year ago, I would have killed this dude. And that was in 2016 when we went down there for the meeting. And now these dudes get along great. They were kids. And they didn't speak to each other the first time they started coming to that place. Because if they didn't come to that place, they was going to end up in jail. So they kept coming down there and they was playing video games up there. And that's how they connected on the video games. Then they went on from there. But these 2, now the best of friends. And he was like, man, a year ago, because of where he lived, if I'd have saw him on the streets, I would have probably took a shot at him, you know, on the streets. Because I'm like, he know he gonna try to take me out. I got to get off first. And the guy said the same thing. He's like, yeah, he right. Because if I'd have saw him out there and he was wearing that right there, he'd have been gone. So it was, you know, it's just crazy. But he's like, now, you know, we best friends. And he's like, we trying to get our friends to be friends. And he's like, that's what we working on. We trying to get them all to come up here. So we got neutral ground. And that's how it spreads, you know. That's how it spreads. A lot of people war with each other. They don't know just because of a neighborhood. Something invisible that's causing people to die. Oh, yeah, definitely hit the like button. They all squashed their beef for a greater cause. But look at Ray and Ghost now. They the best friends. They the closest ones out of Wu-Tang. When Wu-Tang first started, Ray and Ghost hated each other. Ray closest person he knew was Meth. Ray and Meth were like boys. Like that was his main guy. Once they got on, he became Meth's biggest hater. Papa Wu, I got Papa Wu CD upstairs. He's like, I remember on the show they was arguing a lot. I know, we went and saw the show. I took the same girl I was dating. We went and saw the show. The Russell Simmons, the show. And Brian Robbins was the director of that. And we knew Brian Robbins because he worked with Kel from Kenan and Kel. So once that happened, we went on that route. And I was like, Brian Robbins did the show. So, you know, we was supporting anything that was click, like cool with whatever we was click with. So at that time, it's like, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, it was a nice reunion. Great times. Oh, I remember this. Myself with my Wu-Tang medallion, my cousin Kel, it's Kel's birthday, Nick Cannon. So when the movie The Show came out, he's you God, all you do is talk, 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 talk. He's like, yeah, you God. I was trying to get my clothes out of London. Yeah, that's what happened when they went to RCA Germany. And they went there to promote, and Meth went to the radio station by itself when it was supposed to be the entire Wu-Tang Clan. Everybody went there to Germany. They was tired. They just slept all day and blew that shit off. And Meth was the only one got up, went down there to RCA Germany. He was like, why? Because every time we do an interview, that's all you do is talk, 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 talk. Can't nobody get in there, get a word in. So yeah, she was watching it, and back then, that was the first reality TV show series you would have ever seen, is the Wu-Tang Clan. That was a conversation. You would think somebody finna get punched in the mouth after that. That's how they conversate. That's how the Wu-Tang conversated with each other. Oh, for sure. Look at the answers you be giving. Yeah, I had the $ rings, the gold watches. Boy, I was out there. I even got this bracelet, this herringbone. Well, here's the thing. Lyrically, 50 Cent is never going to beat RZA in a rap battle. That's not going to happen. 50 Cent knows that. he going to come with the God body approach and the paper plates and break him down. You know what I'm saying? Like, RZA can slice him into 1,000 pieces. But 50 is going, he going to go with the new heads. They just some old heads. They broke. They crazy. They don't know what they doing. They ain't about this hustling. What's going on out here? Just over for that old head stuff. And 50 knew he's a better talker. So he can go out there and talk to the people and make it funny. I see you was living in the 90s. That's right. Shoot, I didn't have all these bills. Shoot, you'd have think, man, I'm like, shoot, man, I had a lot back then. I got new clothes every day. It was like, damn. Now you got bills every day. You know, it's like a new bill. What's this for? You paying stuff you don't even know what the hell you paying for. See, back then the bills weren't really coming to me. Now they coming to me directly and me only. My bills are extensive. It'd be like, oh, it's only $2,700. $2,700 for 4 times? Let me go to the hood. Yeah. Boy, I be the platinum mother's golden platinum tank. See, that's what AG should be up in here, boy. This will be a whole new reunion. Cause shoot, he had the tank everywhere. Oh man, 100%. The RZA's right though, as I told you. When you look at everything he did bar for bar, that was something Drake couldn't do. And the battle got turned into a bar for bar situation. It should have never gotten to that point. No, that's the problem. When you start taking things down that don't really matter, or eliminating things that don't have a presence in your life, you start to see stuff that, well, you start to see things for what they are. Nah. Right. I remember I got called right into a rap battle. I had to naturally rhyme. Like no raps in my head. No memorized bars, nothing. I had to naturally rap on the spot in a rap battle. Do you know how extensive you have to be locked in? I was on the porch talking to somebody. And we was having a conversation. This dude was pestering me for a rap battle to show his skills. He wanted to make an example out of me. You know, he barely know of me because he's never heard me rhyme or do anything. He just thought this is going to be embarrassing. And he thought he was going to embarrass me in front of everybody, his friends and everything. Family members are there. I said, you know what? All right, let's battle. Let's do it. Go on, set it up. I was so upset that he felt he was going to be able to do this. So I had to make an example. Because I know how he raps. And he was good, but he was really overconfident with his level of good. He was a Drake. If you want to say if anything about him, he was a Drake. He was like just really learning to rap, really. And he was just creating rhymes, and he was really good with his bars, and metaphors. He didn't know what he was doing. He had some hot little tracks for the hood, but he didn't understand what he was getting into. Because he hadn't, what I knew is what he didn't know. He didn't understand life. He ain't been nowhere. He haven't done anything. He been in the hood the whole life. He been safe. He ain't been in the world. He ain't seen anything. So all I had to do was sun him and break him down. You rhyming about bricks and can't even unwrap the plastic. You wouldn't even know how to unwrap the plastic. So when I was saying these things about him, it was just breaking it down, breaking him down to a minute. From the first verse, he was done. He went first. Then after he went, I went. I threw his whole mind off. He thought he was confident. Nobody was moving. Nobody was reacting to nothing he was saying. And then the second, I did a verse, one verse. It was over from there. It was over. And everybody knew it. And it was like, was this supposed to go this way? It wasn't supposed to go that way. They were all prepared for me to fail. And they were supposed to laugh or cheer him on and in his bars. And he didn't know where to go with it. And once it happened, one verse was all that was required. He did his second verse. And it was so bad. So bad. It was like, Sandman, come pull him off the stage. he was destroyed from the first verse. It knocked everything out of his head. He couldn't think of nothing to say. And he was searching and he was trying to say words. And I'm like, oh my God, nobody's response. And he just keep going. Like he's trying to keep going. And he was, hey, see, I got him. I'm like, these are your tapes. You went home and got these beats and brought the beats here. Now you want to go get another beat. Man, if I had that other beat, I would have got off. I'm like, oh my God. Dude, you making this worse. And he's looking back at the guy with the beats like, damn, this ain't the beat I wanted to rap to. Like, man, it's like the rhymes are gone. So he was defeated. I was getting ready to go. I'm like, oh, I know how I'm finna finish him. My cousin grabbed me, was like, you don't got to rap no more. It's over. No, it's over. I'm like, let me get him. He was like, no. My cousin's like, nah, man, you gonna crush. You don't want to crush him to where he don't want to rap no more. You do that, he ain't gonna rap no more. He gonna put the pen down. He's like, I already know what you finna do. And he's like, don't even do it, man. Because he had so many holes he left open in there. All his metaphors and bars is like somebody who ain't did nothing. All his stuff was like Street Fighter 2, and I'm just like, oh, dude, you're in trouble. It was bad. It was bad. It was really bad for him. Well, it's a difference because once you go outside, everybody dope in their own hood. It's like, but you ain't experienced life. You ain't went nowhere. You don't know nothing. You haven't seen anything. So you can't, your diction is limited. This is what I said about Nas. Everybody think Illmatic is his greatest album. I'm like, Illmatic is great, but it's a hood album. I'm like, if you listen to it, it's dope, and his wisdom, the way he worded, the way he writes, the pen, his voice, that's the delivery. It's a classic album. It sticks out, but it's just a hood album. If you really break down and listen to it, that's a Nas who haven't seen anything. Now you listen to Nas who's seen and experienced all these things that have been around the world, different cultures, seeing life. when you listen to him rhyme, you hear the expansion in his diction, his expansion in his knowledge from just observing the world. You're able to put it together. You're able to make something more cohesive so that you would be able to understand it. So that's why I try to tell people that don't rap or don't get it and don't understand. That's why a 17-year-old or somebody who's never been off their block is not going to beat somebody that has been around the world and seen things and experienced things in life. Oh yeah, Holocaust, man. I remember the dude came over. He was from the West Coast. He had that one verse, man. That took over the whole album for Killer Army. And RZA just like threw him in there. And then Holocaust was on the Bobby Digital album. RZA blew all that money and the movie never came out. RZA had vision of creativity. He just didn't know how to land the plane. You know, and that's what a lot of the problems were. The creativity is there, but he couldn't land the plane. The opportunities that are there now, everybody else is basically mimicking what Wu-Tang was able to do. Before Wu-Tang, right? Before Wu-Tang, they took their logo and made it a universal thing and made it a movement off of a logo that was international. In Japan, the Wu-Tang Clan is huge. So internationally, they got people throwing up the Wu-Tang. They didn't even know the language. They just loved the sound. They brought the hip hop culture to Japan in the 90s. They opened up nightclubs because of the Wu-Tang Clan. Do you know in other countries, they got to go to bed at like 10 or 11 o'clock? The whole country shuts down and you got to go to bed. They was in the streets fighting to keep the club open like the United States. In the United States, they can go to bed when they want. They don't have to get off the street. If you get caught on the streets at night, you get beat down with sticks. You got to be home. So they had places that were like late night, like under the restaurant, nightclubs, illegal clubs. They had places like that open. They were illegal. They were supposed to be the richest in the game. You know what happened, Bobby? They screwed it all up. Because people didn't want to grow up. They didn't want to conform into what they were supposed to be. That wisdom and body and all that, once the money came, that's what it became about. And they kept thinking like, oh, this is gonna go on forever. I'm getting paid for this much for a show. I'm getting this much for a show. When you guys sued RZA, that disappointed me. I mean, a lot of it is disappointing. RZA did for them what no record label would ever do for any one of them brothers, is he let them go. He released them. Each one of them went to RZA and wanted a release. He just said, I just asked for one thing in your release. Whenever that Wu-Tang logo come back up, y'all come back and do an album. That's it. When that logo go up, I want y'all to all come back and do an album. That's all RZA want. He's like, and I'll let y'all go. I heard Angela Yee was a Wu-Tang bust down. Here's the thing about Angela Yee. She seemed like a groupie, period. But she was never looked at as the cute girl, like she's so hot and all that. She was just an average chick. Like, no, somebody who was a Wu-Tang groupie was Lala. That's how she got on. She was a Wu-Tang groupie. She was a complete Wu-Tang groupie. Lala went to the Wu store when they had Wu wear, and she wanted to sleep with Method Man. That was her whole thing. Oh, I want to go there and see if I can get up with Method Man. She went there to see if she could sleep with Method Man. That was her whole thing. And she ended up getting a job because she had her tits out and everything. Like, Method Man, look at me. And he was looking like shorty. I'm here with my wife, my kids over there. Nah, can't do it. That's how she got the MTV job. They was, who are you? My name's Lala, and I'm here because I love Method Man. She was like, how about a job? And that's how she got hired. She was a groupie. I listened to you guys' album. It wasn't tight. It was all right. But you guarded somebody that should have been in the group. He never really should. All he was the beatbox guy. You know, I'm like, he was the beatbox guy. He wasn't a rapper. I never liked his voice. Every rap he had, I never really vibed with his rhymes. Back when now, especially on the first album, he barely owned it. Like back when Black Shampoo came out, you know, they was like, man, he stepped up his lyrics. I'm like, I just don't like his voice. My hip hop will rock and shock the nation like the Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah, Drake fans, they don't even understand what the hell we're talking about. Now let's get into Drake and what happened with Drake and Wu-Tang Forever. Most of y'all are unaware of what happened. There was a song Drake wanted to do to honor the Wu-Tang Clan called Wu-Tang Forever. And this song was supposed to have a remix with the Wu-Tang members on it. He wanted to do a remix and have Wu-Tang in the actual song and perform this record. At this time, Drake is like the biggest artist in the world. Like one of the top artists in the world. He's doing this song called Wu-Tang Forever. And everybody's like, oh man, that's dope. He's gonna do a song to honor Wu-Tang. That's gonna be cool. And right away, they was like, Drake people reached out to him. So RZA and them was like, yo, man, this song called Wu-Tang Forever. Drake is on there, man. He want the Wu on there. So Ray and them heard it. Ray and Ghost and them heard the song. It's like, man, this is some bullshit. Man, all I'm saying is I'm not rapping to that, sir. I can't rap to that, God. Man, it sounds like some old cornball ass shit, man. I'll never be on. Man, you know, they be like, man, Ghost, why you on that shit? And Ray was right. Then you know, what we doing now? We crowning this corny shit, man, this lame shit from this little lame ass nigga from Canada. It's like, man, RZA's like, look, man, he's fans. Ain't nobody else, you know, doing nothing for us. They try to act like we don't exist. You know, he grew up a fan of us. But they was too stupid. So they declined. We're going to take a vote. And, you know, because of them being standoffish, Wu declined. Then some members publicly took a crap on the record. The private conversation went very public. And they took a crap on the Wu-Tang Forever record. So the RZA never did it. I mean, they never could pull it off because actually U-God was like on board to do it. RZA was on board to do it. And without Ray, Ghost, Meth, Genius wasn't trying to do it. You know, it was just like, man, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Especially after they went public and trashed the song. Now that Drake team don't even want to do it no more. They want to abandon the whole single. But that had nothing to do with the RZA. It just showed you how now they realize how big that would have been. Like Ray was like, yeah, that was a mistake. We should have never, ever acted in the way we did. That really cut us off from probably a whole bunch of new fans. It's the same thing that happened with the Rage Against the Machine tour. You know, didn't see it for the opportunity. You know, that was presented. If people can rhyme, they can rhyme. That's just all to it. Like Stevie Wonder ain't got to make no new songs. But I ain't gonna be mad at Stevie Wonder if he want to go in there and make a track that he feel like making music. Why only in hip hop do people feel like that? Like there's a cutoff limit. Like, dog, you this old, you can't do hip hop no more. It's like, what? There's an age limit? Since when? When we start doing that? Dog, I was up here crazy style with people. Like, it was always love and appreciation because you wanted that. You wanted the appreciation and the love because you wanted to say, hey, man, we understand. We all in the same fight. You know, we all brothers here. We know what it's like. All due to social media, you know, it's just that it just shows you how much the times are changing. And the more they're changing, they're not staying the same. Well, rap has changed. It's evolved, but there's no more appreciation for the culture. There's no more of that. So when you start thinking about the greatest people to ever do something and you start moving along those lines, well, other people will speak indignant because they don't get it for some reason. Like you'll get it, but the next person around you might not get it. We had a full life, man, but it was all appreciative about the culture. Rappers were approachable because they weren't celebrities then. They weren't none of that stuff existed. You know, especially in a hip hop world. Mm-hmm. We wanted to make it all possible. You know, we wanted to expand and take things to the next level and get there. Like it's been a grind for a lot of people that was in the game trying to come up. My best Wu-Tang song? Man, that's hard to say because when my cousin introduced me to Wu-Tang, and I wasn't trying to hear it at first because I'm like, dude, I ain't trying to hear none of this. He was, dog, listen to this. He was trying to put me up on it. I was more pissed because he was using my damn stereo. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing listening to, like, using my goddamn stereo without permission? So that was the main part that was like on my mind. I was on some straight up, what the hell are you doing that for? Then I think what turned it all around was protect your neck. And Method Man. The METHOD, man, here I am, the Method Man. The Mystery of Chess Boxing, that whole first CD, that nothing can surpass that. Cream, I really listened to Cream, and Cream was cool, but Protect Your Neck gotta be the best. That's what did it for me. That's what woke me up to Wu-Tang. Right, when we had to wait for our video to pop up, like you gotta watch the radio shows, everything. People don't realize what that was like, dog. Especially if you don't, like, if you live in New York, yeah, that's right up the alley. You know some guy, you got a guy that know him, and do you know how hard that is in the 80s and you in the hip hop to know what was going on? You had to have your Right On magazine, Black Beat magazine. You had to listen to the radio show. You had to listen to the radio hip hop DJs. You got to be in the record stores. That's how you got your info. That's how you got your information. There was no source. This predates the source. Yep, rest in peace to Pink House. Yeah, Ray and Ghost extorted Pink House for that doggone hit him for 10 grand, or they was gonna walk out of the event. The one when my eye got busted. It's funny because when I tell that story and people know about the story, like, dude, it was bottles flying everywhere. Some dude got cracked in the face with a bottle. It was blood everywhere. I was like, yeah, that was me. What? That was you? Oh, son, dog. I was like, yeah, that was me. Dude got cracked with a bottle. It was blood everywhere. And that was the wild part about it. After I got hit with the bottle, that ended everything. Then everybody have an epiphany, like, we should get out of here. Wu-Tang ain't playing. Right. And then, so if everybody came and did a show, hip hop wasn't like it is now. We're in Chicago, they was going to be on the north side at the Congress Theater. They was going to be at the amphitheater if they was cool with the Gangster Disciples. Ain't nobody else going there but the GDs. So the amphitheater is where them shows is going to be hosted, and the GDs ran that. So everybody who was associated with the GDs was over there. I remember Outkast came there, and the GDs was going to stomp out Outkast because, you know, 3 Stacks wasn't cooperating. MCA say they life. MC8 saved Outkast's life that night. MC8 came out there throwing up the pitchforks. Was like, yo, what's up, my nigga? Yo! And he's like, hey, he was like, man, no, let them do their thing, man. They from down south, man. And he was like, because 3 Stacks went finna throw up the pitchfork. They was throw the forks up. And they was like, look, man, we ain't from that, man. We from college, yeah, we from Georgia, man. We don't know, man. Whatever y'all do, man, that's y'all thing, man. We don't want to come down there and do that. And we ain't, you know, we ain't about that. We about peace with all the brothers, man. We here to entertain, man. We about, you know, being players. They was, boo, man, no, man. If y'all throw them forks, man, we gonna snatch y'all up off the stage. Like, it was that bad. So Ghetto Boys used to come there and perform all their shows. And Jay Prince, that's how we know, man. That's how we know Uncle Jay. How you think he became Uncle Jay? Dog, I watched Jay Prince walk down with some of the governors, walk up the aisle, and everybody was like standing in attention like he was the president of the United States of America. That's how much power he had in this city. I remember I talked to 8 Hype. 8 Hype was like, man, that quick. This is right after he did that Dollars and Cents. Well, it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. When he was with Death Row. And man, that's what I'm saying. He had just came out. Outkast had just came out, did their thing, and he did Dollars and Cents. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 8 Hype was there. Man, that dude quit. Man, he talking in some fake bullshit. He ain't even had the time to write his own rhyme. Yeah, he got his fake ass homeboys writing his raps. Because Dollars and Cents ain't written by DJ Quick. A lot of people don't know that. Dollars and Cents is not written by DJ Quick. That was one of his little homeboys that was like one of the Treetop Bloods. He was down with them. He wrote that rap about MCA. You left out the G because the G ain't in you. He was like, oh, wow. He was like, what? Yep, that's a hit. That's a little hip hop nugget for y'all. DJ Quick did not write Dollars and Cents. I knew it when I heard it. I said, whoa, this is a little different. Treetop Power Rules, not Bloods. Well, I don't know. I'm not from Cali. I thought Pyrus were Bloods. I'm sorry. Yeah, Quick didn't write that rhyme. I ain't never said Quick was trash at all. I just said he didn't write dollars and cents. If Eazy-E would have lived and didn't die, Death Row was in trouble. Death Row would have been, they would have never made it. They wouldn't have been able to get out Tupac. They would have, none of that would have taken place. All that success they had with Dre and Snoop and all that, that was all coming to an end. Because Bone came out and sold 2 million. Their new album came out. That sold like 10 million. And unless you had some Bone Thugs type raps, you was not in the circle. See you at the crossroads. You don't get lonely. Bow, 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 bow. I'm gonna miss everybody. Yeah, see, Eazy-E was going outside of California to find talent. He came here and was about to sign my homeboy in his group. Eazy-E came here to interview them at college. They were out at like Northern Illinois. Man, Eazy was taking trips. He went to New York, got his distribution deal, left Priority and all their racism, as they basically was strip mining the group. See, what Priority did was do what all racist white people do. They had no money. The biggest song they ever had was the California Raisins for the commercials. That's the song they had. The California Raisins. They had no money. They should have took the deal with Silo. Priority gave them a chance and said, I like this. This is going to change things. It's revolutionary. And what happened after that? They transitioned it to mean something else entirely. Yep, heard it through the grapevine. The California Raisins commercial. They actually wanted to do a little concert with the California Raisins, putting out a whole nother album with the California Raisins. They had no idea what they were doing. But what they decided to do was to break up the group and sign them as individuals so they could have more control instead of Ruthless Records, because of what they had with the distribution deal with Priority Records. That was their pipeline. So with the success of NWA's album, but Eazy-E is getting the bulk of the money. So he doesn't have them signed individually as artists, only as a group. So all of these guys are individually free to do what they want to do. So once the album is successful, they didn't take care of that business before they did the album. So that's how Ice Cube was able to leave, because he was basically a free agent. He didn't sign anything. So it was like they don't even have to pay you. So he had a check in front of him. He was like unhappy with how the situation was going with Eazy-E getting all the money. Man, we wrote all the songs. How he getting all the money? Because he is the owner of the label. They all understand it now, but they don't understand it then, Because they thinking we doing all the rapping. We doing all this and all that. He getting paid off both albums. Why is he getting paid off the NWA album? I thought that was our album to get paid on. And he just getting paid on the Eazy-E album. That's how it go. No, that ain't how it go, fool. He get paid off all of it. He owns both. He owns the label. But see, it's amazing what you don't know then, and you getting mad talking about you getting robbed and you want to leave. And then you realize, damn, I got to do that to somebody else. Ice Cube was the worst ones. Well, I didn't even really go into that, but I will. At another time, bro. Yeah, Ice Cube practices have not been up to par. Everybody's pissed off at him. Everybody that's ever been in a group with Ice Cube, damn near all of them was pissed. Dr. Dre, a lot of them. So all of the practices they talked about with Eazy-E, they went and did the same thing, if not worse. So Priority decided to try to sign everybody individually. So now they could determine and dictate to Ruthless Records, because now it's like, well, you don't have no artists. They all sign with us. Well, a lot of artists start signing directly to Priority. Every time somebody, Ruthless Records, was looking at somebody, Priority would come in and sign them to an individual record deal. It's like, we gonna give you a deal better than Ruthless. So you basically sabotaging the label that you work with. And Ruthless Records have made them all their money. They weren't interested in that. Who cared? Oh, Champagne Sloppy. He got plenty of songs that people like. We ain't never said Drake didn't have a song that we didn't like. When have we ever said that? Come on, man. Now you reaching. Now you Jack reaching. Okay? What is you doing? When did we say Drake didn't make no hits records? Come on, now stop. We ain't like y'all.
Man, people only listening to Kendrick because of this Drake thing.
Okay, so everybody listening to him because of Drake. Well, if that's the case, why in the world does he have Grammys, platinum albums, critically acclaimed albums? Why does he have all of this? This is the first time he has so much internet appeal because he was in the middle of a rap battle in modern day times, all these people who do review videos, they're going to want to review that. Now, can nobody touch K-Dot? Dot got the game on lock. Now, the next question needs to be, why you didn't see this coming? That's the next question. Why you didn't see this coming? Should have seen it coming. So the question of why you didn't see it coming starts to make more sense now. Oh yeah, man. It's so bad for Drake right now. His damn girlfriend, former girlfriend or cover art enthusiast, right? The girl who did the cover art for him. Okay, she could barely speak, but she's praising Kendrick's album. Mm-hmm. Let's get into the grease. Give me a reminder. Let's remind him. What just happened? Uh-oh, here they come. Here they come. And what did he do? He come right out and rap on the BBL Drizzy beat. That's because he's out of ideas. He don't know how to respond. He don't know what to do. I would play the audio, but I already know what they finna pull. So that's why I didn't do that. But when you sitting out cis and deceased, and you got everybody out there, and they like, say it ain't so, Drake. You the one talking about you don't send cis and deceased, desist records and all that letters to anybody. Look at this. That's the guy right there in the photo. I had to take myself out of it so y'all can see the photo. Now, y'all seen that guy down there in that picture that's next to Drake? He always wear the hair with the barrettes in it like Drake and taking the pictures. Drake didn't like it because it was getting so popular. Drake gonna send a cis and deceased to that guy. His name is Shimo. Sham. So that's what Drake is out here doing. Trying to say he's owning a look. It's a damn shame. So how you gonna own a look? No, I'm talking about the guy from the photo. He's talking about he's sensitive. Well, he gonna be real sensitive at the what I'm about to say right now. Because after the woman came out, because she's a grown woman now, when she was in school, remember that girl that came out and said that Drake used to, all these girls at the school been saying they was going to Drake's house because she was in a rich school in California and she didn't want to say the name of the school. Tell them. No, she didn't want to say the name of the school. She came right out and said it. But we gonna get into the grease right now. Let's get to the grease. Because I want to find out exactly word for word what she said. Okay. Let's find her right here. This is her claim. Hit the like button.
He was between 27 and 29. He was 29 in 2015. Maybe they weren't freshmen, but still, you're still 16 to maybe 18 years old, but you're 16, 17 years old, going to this grown-ass man's house. Look up his fucking birth year and look up those years. He was between 27 and 29. He was 29 in 2015. Maybe they weren't freshmen, but still, you're still 16 to maybe 18 years old, but you're 16, 17 years old, going to this grown-ass man's house. Look up his fucking birth year and look up those years. He was between 27 and 29. He was 29 in 2015. Maybe they weren't freshmen.
Now, okay, let me go back. Because I thought they were going to play the whole thing. Man, they got all the Surviving Drake on there. Where is the one I'm looking for? Hold up. I want her whole interview. Let me go to video. They just playing shorts. Oh, yeah. This is the woman that ended up changing her story after he said he went to my high school. Then she ended up putting out a story. You could tell she got a bag. Now she was like, oh, no, I was in college then. But I'm like, no, you said high school in the video. Damn, how did they erased it off my search that quick? Look at Drake team, boy, they working. Champagne sloppy. God damn, it was just there. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Buzz Light. Well, anyway, they didn't took the damn thing down out the search. Ain't that crazy? That's nuts. They didn't took this woman down already?
And there was a power dynamic.
11, you know what it is, bro. She's
right.
calling for her classmates to come forward and speak about the experiences that she had when Drake.
Rich women between like 28 and 33 right now living in LA who have had interactions with Drake can bring him down. They can be the nail in the coffin. So listen, I went to high school between 2011 and 2015. Okay. In that time, and I went to a very rich white private high school. And during that time, I heard of girls or girl sisters going to Drake's house. We're in high school, okay? And maybe they weren't freshmen, but still, you're still 16 to maybe 18 year olds, but you're 16, 17 years old going to this grown-ass man's house. If you look up his fucking birth year and look up those years, he was between 27 and 29. He was 29 in 2015. So I know that there are a lot of people out there, maybe with some memories, and it's hard to look back on and be like, holy, I was a child. And there was a power dynamic, and this is me being taken advantage of. But you guys need to step up and cancel Drake and like just end it. Just end his shit.
All right, man. So there you.
All right. So yeah, he did a video on it as well. That's what's up. And once she said that, everybody was trying to figure out like what school, what rich school it was. It was Sierra Canyon Leon, the same school that Bronny went to and played basketball. Well, all these rich kids went, the Kardashians, you know, these people go to this school. And Kanye pulled his kids out of there because he ain't want his kids going to this school. He don't want them going there for high school or nothing. He does not like that school. But how did I find out that information? You know who told us? Drake told us. Drake has been telling you in his music forever.
The rapper, I should say, Drake in Toronto.
Now, many people are asking this evening,
still kiss your fans?
No, I stopped that. I think
There's a Button video circulating about, I think 2009, you were kissing your fans.
the glory days, man. You know, I miss it a lot. I miss it a lot.
And as for the pedophile claims,
following September, 35-year-old Drake released an album titled Certified Lover Boy with a song titled Poppy's Home, featuring the line, Sierra Canyon parking lot looking like a Magic City parking lot.
Now, let that sink in, Drake. Sierra Canyon parking lot is looking like Magic City parking lot. Sierra Canyon Leon, the high school, is looking like Magic City's parking lot. On his own music, he's putting this out, and it was going over everybody's heads. Yeah, they wanted to play, so let's play today. So you driving around high school at 27 and 29 years old, checking out Sierra Canyon Leon High School, saying it's looking like Magic City. Now, we all know what Magic City is. That's a strip club in Atlanta. Now, this guy's upset he can't kiss the fans no more. They told him, hey, man, you got to stop kissing fans. He was like, oh, man, the good old days. He missed those days he could kiss fans. Now, this is in his own song on Certified Lover Boy. And I'm going to let y'all in on a little something I only did on the Patreon. But I'm going to show you there's no tricks, no trades. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see it happen. Okay, here it is. We're on Google. You're going to watch me do it as I do it with you. Let's look up Lover Boys. What is the meaning of Lover Boys? I want y'all to see this now. Lover boys are human traffickers who usually operate by trying to make young girls or boys fall in love with them. Sometimes they manipulate young people in other ways. Once they have their victims under their influence, they exploit them, for instance, in the sex industry. And Drake is a certified lover boy. This is why he can't. This is why he cannot. Oh, yeah, we going there today. See, y'all wanted to play with me, Drake. So now y'all finna find out. Y'all wanted to get into Greece. So now you getting into Greece. Tell academics to get him out of this. So you can't sue Kendrick Lamar So when DJ Vlad said you should sue him for calling you a pedo, he didn't call you that. He said certified lover boy, certified pedo. What? Now, because a lover boy, Kendrick knows because he reads. You see, a lover boy is someone who targets young girls or young boys. These are lover boys. This is what the translation was. They're trying to say, oh no, it just means you a pimp. You cool. You a lover boy. They tried to make it cool. So academics ain't gonna be able to get you out of this. BBL Drizzy remixes can't get you out of this. Now, right. Kendrick is so smart, he did it in a way where he didn't call Drake a pedo. But he basically did. You can allude to it, but legally he didn't. So you can't sue him. This is really a definition. Exactly it is. We just looked it up. That is the definition of a lover boy. And on that album, this man said Sierra Canyon is looking like Magic City. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Cino knew this lawsuit was coming a while ago. We were already prepared for this coward's response. This video was my. Then he said Chubbs is the only one that can get your hand-me-downs. Remember that? And on that song, you got, what's that? And it got this bar in it. All good. Chubbs will look around, find one that seems my type. That's my dog. He knows what I like. He done found me plenty in my life. Add Chubbs to the case. You see that? Now, remember with a girl on stage that was 17 that Drake was in there? And Drake said, oh, my security came out. The girl actually popped up out of the blue and said, well, look, I get this. I did that. I got... yeah, I got the Wolves too by more than 4. Right? Chubbs brought her up there, right? And then after she was 17, kissed her again. And y'all kept saying, you wasn't saying that back in the day. And I showed y'all 5 years ago when the incident happened, I had the same reaction I had today. It was disgusting. Yeah, he said these receipts is crazy. I know. Chubbs will look around and find the ones the type. He know my type. So he'll look around and find the ones that I like. That's crazy, ain't it? Now I'm gonna let y'all in. I'm gonna give y'all a little kind of notes. It's just, you want to find out the rest, you can go on the Patreon. We already broke it down. But we kind of went over the KTW line that Kendrick alluded to in the 616 freestyle. And someone in the chat had just asked me, clear out. And I'll say, all right, we're going to go and do it. I'll take you through it. And we went through it live. You know, I kind of did it on live stream. So I guess I could do it here too. So I'll take y'all through it and we'll get back. Don't worry. We ain't done exposing this dude. You wanted to play, so let's play. So we showed you what a lover boy was, right? Kendrick says KTW, right? So let's go to KTW. First thing pops up is KTW London, right? KTW London. Pay attention. And I'll take you through a couple of things here. KTW is about the founder. Her name is Katie Wicker Meisinger, whatever. She's like a mixed Jewish girl, right? She's British, Surrey, lanky, whatever. And it's into this art. They consult you in this business. They have this firm. It's a culture content hub called The Wick, right? There's The Wick. And this is a platform. Now, on The Wick, this place is also really a high-end front for, look, let me tell you, nimble team of expert specialists, client handlers, content producers to deliver the best-in-class work. KTW Collective. But what else do they collectively promote? Alleged, they promote women, art. And they go to different places in different areas. And Drake loved this place so much, he put us in a song. Look at all these places that are connected. Some very high-end rich people. Now, since we all share the tab, let's go into Drake. The Wick Man. Ooh, The Wick Man by Drake. He put this song out, right? Let's listen to some of the lyrics. Because I want y'all to focus on this, because this is what Kendrick Lamar was talking about. See, he's doing all these different entendres off of the word wick. Now, here we go. Now he's acting like he's John Wick, right? On The Wick Man. But he's talking like the Wicker Man. with he would probably know the Nicolas Cage version of the Wicker Man. So right now he's like going into all these different things with Wick, right? And then it gets to him breaking down how he truly feels. And I want you to say, I want y'all to focus on this. White America says I'm becoming a threat. I want y'all to focus on these words. Black America loves to remind me what my mama looked like, as if I ever would effing forget. I'm never enough. I'm never enough. You see that? So he knows what's on everybody's mind. Stands for Kendrick the Warrior. Where is this coming from? Oh my gosh. Have you not listened to a Kendrick Lamar song in your life? These are called double and triple entendres. Remember Drake said, you better come with some double, triple, quadruple entendres or something. That's what it is. It has multiple meanings. I'm taking you into the meaning of what he's really going into. If you listen to the lines that come after the initials, KTW, then you understand he's talking about what I'm talking about. You have to listen. Now, listen to the Wick Man, right? Black America loves to remind me what my mama looks like, as if I ever would effing forget. I'm never enough. So he's saying he's never enough. White America see him as becoming a threat in his eyes. Black America tells him, look at your mama, you ain't black. So he's never enough. So he's right there stuck in the middle where a lot of mixed kids are. Confused. Unsure of themselves. He's telling you in his own songs, in his own words, that he's confused. So Kendrick knows that this is the core of his insecurity. He's heard the Wicker Man. The Wick Man by Drake. He's heard these lyrics. And let's get to the next line. Living right now because I think heaven's a front. Nadia died in Dubai. Nadia is a girl who was a model for KDW, for the Wick, who Drake used to mess around with. She mysteriously winds up dead in a motorcycle accident in Dubai. She didn't ride motorcycles, her sister said. How did she end up dead? After just texting Drake, talking with Drake. She wanted a better life. She wanted to better her life. She wanted some opportunities, which wasn't given a bunch. Her ex would eat at her soul. That nigga's a munch. The last message she sent to my phone, but keeping in touch. So pardon me, question God for not believing in much. It's Wick, man. Don't listen to Wikipedia. Capo or wicked. I don't pray it don't hit the media. You see what I'm saying? He's telling on himself in the raps. I pray it don't hit the media. Now, Let it go further down the rabbit hole, and you'll discover that he dedicated Certified Lover Boy album to Nadia. But he also dedicated the album to another girl he was seeing who died mysteriously in her house after leaving Drake's house in Toronto. She comes back home to Houston, Texas, and some man comes out who was a fan or a stalker of hers, alleged, and strangles her in her house, beat her up, and then just dies from a knife wound to his neck after writing on the walls. So he dedicated it to two women. Why come these models and Instagram influencers end up dead messing with you? Death seems to follow you a lot. I'm just saying. Now, I'm just saying, at least they were legal, thank God. But it's just quite weird. All these people are going out in these weird, mysterious ways that were connected to Drake. And he's putting them all in his music. Drake is famous from power. Yeah, telling everything in his damn song. So if you go to the 616 lyrics, all right, let's go to 616 lyrics. Boom. There we go. See, he's talking about how they're looking for the leak. And that's what everybody was missing on this. Everybody was going around, who the leak? You talked to him? Who did you talk to him? How did he know this? And he say, somebody's lying. I could see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Beating your chest, harassing Ant. Effing with good people, make good people go to bat. Conspiracies about cash. See, Cash is Abel's manager. We all know that, right? I told you. That's not even the leak. He thinks Cash is telling all this information. He said, find the jewels like Cash Doll. See, have you ever, he said, you ready to play? Have you ever? Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bullies, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. This is about the Christopher Alvarez situation. The way he put Christopher Alvarez out and he got mad because Christopher Alvarez was waiting in that lobby. That's why he's saying, fake bully, I hate bullies. You can't Tootsie throw your way up out of this. It's just going to resurface. Everything he's done has resurfaced. Look, put money in the streets and came back with no receipts, Sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace, but I'm war ready if the world is ready to see you bleed. The Elohim, KTW, Kendrick the Warrior. But listen, I know why he said KTW like that. The Elohim, KTW. Now listen, it's like I told you, this is have multiple meanings. You know you can't sleep. These images trouble you. Know the wires in your circle should puzzle you. If you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is trying to hustle you. We just went over the images, right? You know you can't sleep. These images will trouble you. Know the wires in your circle. Look, if you can't piece that together and know what he's talking about, sure, that's exactly what it means. We just reaching. So the fact that, KTW, The Wick, and Drake just happened to make a song called The Wick about the girl who worked at The Wick, the model that died in Dubai. Yeah, what a coincidence. Yeah, you're right. We'll just say that he just said KTW just to mean that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm reaching. Kendrick the Warrior but he made sure he said KTW. Hey, you could be. Everybody else is sitting here deciphering all of these entendres he's been doing in all of the songs, and this is just not one of them. He just met Kendrick the Warrior. Okay, it's all a conspiracy. Oh, well, thank you for letting us know who the Elohim was. I guess that's more transparent. I never thought the Elohim part was in question, but thanks, Terry. We clearly just showed you. And what he was saying after that, the images is going to trouble you. I know you can't sleep. Why would he can't sleep? Because that girl died. I know you can't sleep. These images are going to trouble you. Know the wires. Somebody's wiring money to somebody. Don't you get it? The wires in your circle should puzzle you. Where are these wires of money going to? Who's getting wired money? That should puzzle you. He's creating the self-doubt in Drake, playing on his insecurity, leaking that, hey, I heard about the KTW thing. What happened over there? He's letting him know, I know these things. And now not to trust anybody around you. He's playing on his insecurity. Of I know something that y'all don't know and all of this stuff and all of this could be a coincidence and all that. They're letting them know. Nah, they wanted to play with me though. So Drake has been telling people on his rhymes for years about the stuff he's been doing. It's just that we just weren't really paying attention. I guarantee you, if you go back and listen to Drake lyrics now, you'll be like, whoa. You had to go back to his songs. You're like, oh. Let's take a look at this song. When he said, I did plenty it in my past. You don't need to know, but you can ask. Sticking on your backstage pass. All access because you bad. You could go wherever with that ass. Now, he said, they should have left you alone. I know I'm going to bring this up. I don't know why they did it. They shouldn't have done it at all. They should have just left me alone. So when he says, I've done a lot of sinning in my past, you don't need to know, but you can ask. Meaning that I've did a lot of dirty stuff in my life, but you don't need to know, but you can ask me. You can ask me, but I'm a lie. Now stick on your backstage pass. Nobody gonna ask you how old you are once you stick on this badge, and you got all this access because you got all this ass. He said the song is finna go #1 next week with Sexy Red. Though they, like LB said, they chose the right time to release this album for her because Sexy Red is this Memorial Day weekend, and down in Atlanta and down south, they're gonna be playing that ratchet crap song. Give me everything, yeah. Drake is on there, so it's like Drake is helping her get to #1, knowing that she don't even need Drake. But if that song hits #1, you know UMG is paying for it. Yeah, he don't lie because it's real bad. That is correct. Then your daddy out here groping on women. Using Drake's name. You got your weird, freaky ass daddy who about 70 years old out here trying to dress like he your age, and he living through you. Telling girls, yeah, Drake finna be over here. Come to Drake daddy house. Drake finna come over there. And why is your daddy Dennis following a 17-year-old girl who also Drake know? And she's an influencer on the internet, a 17-year-old girl. Once that song went up, y'all started circling the wagons. All them underage girls had to go. We saw that with a junkie. A junkie did that. He got exposed for having all them young girls on his profile. He had to start getting them off. Same thing happened here. A 17-year-old influencer. She's 17, so she don't know how to talk.
Wait, they said Drake dad follow you? we do.
Be honest, what do you think about the Drake allegations?
Can't speak on it.
Would you let
That's
Drake, would you let Drake like you?
That'll be something I can't confess. I mean, not confess, something I can't talk about because that'll be in the court.
See, she's 17. She don't realize he said, would you let Drake? Not true, buddy. Not true at all what you just said. No, Dennis following her, but they caught his ass before he did stop following this girl. Now, what she thought he said to her, he said, would you let Drake? She thought he said, did you sleep with Drake? So her mind is confused and she's looking around to see how she's supposed to answer this. So she's like, I can't say that because, she don't know. She's 17, so she don't know how to answer this question. She wouldn't expect a direct question.
Can't confess. I mean, not confess, something I can't talk about. Something I can't confess.
Something I can't confess. Then she got to catch herself. Now, notice she's looking at someone. Someone else is sitting on the side of her. She looks right at them before she turns to the camera and asks.
That'll be something I can't confess. I mean, not confess, something I can't talk about because that'll be in the court.
Why would it be in court? Now, that means you have signed an NDA. Mm-hmm. It's coked up business. What is it? The brakes? Is he coming back again? Oh yeah, he got to come over here and do my grass. He got to finish up. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's been a lot of covering up and lying going on. You get to do the thing.
The court.
See, somebody's talking to her on the side.
What?
You're a victim?
No, of course not.
Wait, so what you said about why you said it'll be in the court?
Because that'll be something.
Oh, you can't speak about it right now?
That I can't speak about. Yeah.
They confess themselves with real women, for real. That's not with me. I'm what the culture feels. NDA. Now, NDAs shouldn't apply to illegal activity. Now, normally there ain't a daddy around because her mama probably didn't push daddy away and just wanted some child support money. And now she trying to raise a woman without daddy around. Now this woman out here becoming a Instagram sensation and influencer, but doing other stuff on the side for these creepy old men. Oh, yeah. Oh, exactly. Everybody has seen it. Creepy Dennis. We saw how creepy this dude was, all on this woman who looked like she was begging for help. Y'all remember that? Surviving Dennis. She thought she was meeting Drake, but she wasn't meeting Drake. She was meeting old creepy Dennis. Look at her face. That was real time. That ain't edited. That's nothing. This dude was grinding all on her after he tricked and deceived this woman to get to the house. Yo, nasty, freaky Dennis, yo daddy, who's the kid in the thumbnail? That ain't the kid, Kwame. That's this guy named Christopher Alvarez. He was the one in that photo. He's a writer actually from New York. And he has this disability. And a lot of celebrities come and see him and do interviews. And this is what that guy who was the mole was exposing. This guy got fired because of Drake. And that guy in the wheelchair. The guy who was telling Kendrick Lamar and giving Kendrick Lamar all these items is a guy on Twitter that goes by, what's his name? Ebony Lover 24 or Ebony Prince 2K24. He used to work at the Mark Hotel where this incident happened that you saw on the film with this Christopher Alvarez. Christopher Alvarez was waiting outside for Drake. Drake had called him, according to Christopher Alvarez's story. He called this guy over there at 3 a.m. to listen to beats that he had on his album. And so he was outside and he said, these guys let me in. In the Mark Hotel, you're not supposed to let anybody in. Unless they're a guest there, you can't let them in, no matter what. They cannot hang out in the lobby, nothing. So when Drake shows up, Christopher Alvarez is already in the lobby. And he throws a fit and makes Christopher Alvarez, the handicapped man, go outside and kicked him out. But Christopher Alvarez comes up with this beautiful lie for Drake and says, we went to dinner, then we went to listen to some beats, and then I left. I feel sad that people lost their job. So you could tell Drake must have sent them some money or something. Because the story was a complete lie. The security footage tape shows this guy was thrown out like 2 minutes while he was in there. It was freezing cold. They didn't want this guy who's in a wheelchair with an oxygen thing going on through his through his throat, for his lungs, for his survival. They didn't want that guy outside. So the kindness of their heart, they let him in. He's not a threat. What is he going to do to somebody? So why would Drake be upset they let him in? And he was there for Drake. So he was thrown out immediately, and those guys were fired. 3 guys who lost their job. So that's why this guy's been exposing Drake, because he lost his job because of Drake going off for no reason over a handicapped person and out of them being nice out of the kindness of their heart. So that's who Christopher Alvarez is. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Boy, I tell you, this thing is crazy. If you've been following this whole thing, it's been nuts. This whole battle. So he been helping Kendrick Lamar behind the scenes. That's why all those items Drake had, and he exposed all that stuff, showed that Drake had the prescription for the Ozempic. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. That's how Kendrick know about it. Kendrick knew it and put it all in his records. But now, let's go to what Sino got. That's why Kendrick said, we don't like bullies. Let's go to what Sino got. Drake has a gambling problem, right? We told y'all about that. Y'all thought Sino got a gambling problem. Let's go here. Let's show y'all some Patreon stuff. This dude lost $30 million in one night.
Great partnership thus far. All love to Eddie. Shout out to Eddie from Stick. I'm about to smack your guy's head off tonight. My bankroll is heavy. I came here with real bread tonight. Yes! Go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What did I say? I'm not playing around. Who we blessing? Get we're tipping for sure. Yeah, we're tipping right now. We're tipping in the chat.
In case you couldn't see it on the screen, Drake won $4.83 million on the previous roll. Then this happened on the next hand.
Let's get it fired up.
All right, we're gonna call out 5 people.
I want a back-to-back too.
Yeah. I've seen that movie.
Yeah, you've seen that movie before. Yeah, we're blessing some people right now. It was a big hit too.
Let's go.
Let's go.
See, that's how quickly this game can turn around.
Exactly.
Drake won $3.03 million on the very next hand to bring his account balance up to $13 million. Within about 15 minutes, Drake had increased his account balance 30%. Talk about a get-rich-quick scheme.
Oh my goodness, get over.
Yes! Back to back.
Yo, listen, when you have a good heart, a pure heart, this is what happens.
That had nothing to do with gambling, but that's just how he processes. Now listen, now wouldn't that be enough for anybody to get the hell up off the table? I'm done. If I didn't won that many million, I think I'm ready to call it a night. But he keeps going.
Drake won another $3.03 million on the next hand, resulting in his balance surpassing $15 million.
Ready to roll. Roulette is my game. I am a ritualistic bettor. I bet on my son's birthday. So that's how I'm going to start it off. My mom's birthday, my birthday.
The first time his account balance is legible, it's around 8.
Why? Because I haven't touched a shisha. That's why.
Over the next 10 minutes, he wiped out his recent wins as his account balance dropped back to only $8.3 million. After a relatively small win, the big moment happened here.
We need to see like at least a 20, 30 bag on his balance.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes!
We're blessing. We're tipping.
We're tipping.
We're tipping. You know why that happened? You know why that happened? Because baby walked in. That's
he won 17 million off of that spin. And it's like he don't realize they're luring him in. They see he's stuck in the fever. So they loan him some money so he can go. Now he has a deal with this company called Stake. So they pay him to be an ambassador for the company Stake. So they give him some millions of dollars and say, hey, you're going to represent it and you get this and we'll give you a percentage. That's only to loop Drake in. They know Drake has a massive gambling problem. So they let him win. No matter how much money they let him win, they know he's going to keep gambling till eventually there's nothing. Now he's into their money. He's not leaving with Stake's money at all. But we're going to get to that.
That's why, and it's a repeat. What did I say? We're getting a balance to a 30 bag. 14. We'll take that too. We'll take that from you too. Eddie, what did I tell you? It's my night tonight. Eddie, what did I tell you? It's my night tonight.
Just a minute later, Drake won another $2.34 million, pushing his balance to right under $30 million. What do you guys think happened next? Drake played game after game after game of roulette, blackjack, and plinko. Drake looked like a full-blown addict in this live stream. Each time he clicked the space bar, he was placing a $1,400 bet in a game that could lead to bankruptcy in about 5 minutes.
I see you guys saying put something on zero, but you know the key is I hate to direct the energy anywhere else than what we believe in. I always feel like, by the way, this is all luck, chance, and timing. So if you direct the energy somewhere else, it means you're nervous. I don't like to direct the energy away from what we believe in. Roulette's a heartbreaking game, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you play the way I play. I play like very religiously. So I've had some rough nights, but I've had some incredible nights. Tonight is still an incredible night, though. We definitely doubled our balance so far.
Minute mark, 9.3 million. Watching the replay was really interesting because I hope this chart indicates what's coming next. He hit a massive $18 million win, and then it was slowly downhill from there.
Get back? No. 26 is hot now, though. There we go. 4. There we go. 4 for baby, and then 11 for me. I gotta stand up.
I just showed of Drake standing up, hoping that superstition would lead him back to his $30 million balance was fascinating. This is minute marker 86, and he was down to only a $3.19 million account balance. By minute marker 89, Drake had run his account balance down to just $200,000. In 78 minutes, Drake lost $30 million.
Well, I guess Stake won tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately. Next time.
People won tonight, man. Yeah, well, that's all that matters. The people won tonight. As long as you guys got blessed, I'll make it back. I'll be on late night, We'll get some dinner and then get fried and maybe come back on and try and win my money back.
See, Drake got that gambling fever, and I told y'all about that and how it performs and how it moves. Okay, yep, that's the Patreon. So if you're on the Casino for Life Patreon, you already knew about this. Now, that's the gambling problem that I've been telling y'all about with old Drizzy. Drizzy owes money to Stake. Lucian, this is why he says he's got a rich baby daddy that's taking care of him. Lucian, you're on a Lucian loan. Lucian is loaning you money because you're blowing all your money. You owe Lucian. He's paid your debt at the Aria. Definitely sign up to the Patreon. You're talking about gambling problem. He bet $250,000 on one spin. That's Drake at the Aria betting $250,000 on a spin in roulette. I mean, damn, look at that. You got to hit one of them, right? You got to hit something. This is called chasing it. That's called chasing it. This is what Kendrick Lamar said in the song. You was right. What'd he say? You got drinking problems, gambling problems, sex addiction. You suffer from all of these inflictions. Exactly. This is what I told y'all. Y'all gonna believe everything that I've said in the past is true. This is why Drake's was selling his homes. He has to pay debts, millions and millions of dollars in debt. And Lucian could only loan him so much. So he was like, I'm just gonna sell this house because I can't have the embarrassment come out that I'm really broke. A guy who has all these multi-million dollar, hundreds of million dollar deals is broke and living off loans. This is how Kendrick knows. People in your inner circle are telling him, look, we ain't even got paid yet. You be the boss of a company and you got to pay somebody. I had somebody complain over $75. And it was still the day they were supposed to get paid. And I was like, I was just finna pay you the $75. $75. Like, dude, you think I'm gonna stiff you over $75? You got to be crazy. I was like, man, but just for this phone call, I'm gonna pay you at $11.59. Now you're gonna wait till the end of the day. I'm gonna drag this out. $75, man. And I was like, dog, it's 4 in the afternoon. It's still the day I said I'm gonna do it. I didn't forget. You will get $75, dog. Don't worry. And what was crazy is I was like just about to do it. Right. This ain't a rap battle. This is it's the most truest statement he ever made. F a rap battle. This is a lifelong battle with yourself, Drake. You got all these problems on the horizon. This battle damaged him. He didn't just lose a rap battle. He lost. He lost everything. Now, let's get to the next wave. We didn't cover all of this. Let's get to the next. Oh, they trying to do me in. They trying to come with the sabotage. Ain't that something? Well, choke my chick. I don't have any other children because he specifically knows he do have other children. Man, they had wiped Cino out. Right in the middle of my soliloquy. And I will share some of the Patreon stuff with you right now. Told you, boy, they coming. So y'all get a good glimpse of what's going on out there. All of y'all who've been listening to One Crack News, I want to thank y'all for coming on in. But it's the Carcino for Life hour now. So this stream will continue on Carcino for Life. So make sure you go over there if you're not already here, because we're getting ready to go to the next level. Absolutely. So thank y'all for One Crack News. Who is that? Who's that little shorty right there, Drizzy? Who that little shorty? Who that little shorty is? You know you got other kids out here, boy. Stop fronting. And Champagne Sloppy gotta know. Don't mess with Carcino. It's not good. Academics ain't got it on me. And we up out. See y'all on the Patreon.